everyone, thanks for joining me here today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Irene. In today's video, I'm going to be ranking all of my luxury handbags from the least to the most used bags. So if you're interested to see everything that I have to share with you guys, then let's get straight into this video. The way I'm going to structure this video, I'm going to share with you guys my most used handbags in my collection, all the way down progressively to my least used handbags. Of course, some of these are guesstimates because I don't count every time I use these bags, but just to give you guys an idea of what's in my collection and what I use a lot of. The top most used handbag in my collection is going to be my Chanel wallet on chain in the black caviar with gold hardware, and I was pleasantly surprised. I purchased this bag back in July of 2021, so I've owned this bag for about 6 months now, and I never was one to want to purchase a wallet on chain. I never found them to be particularly appealing. I was tempted to buy this because I was about to go traveling and I wanted a Chanel bag to carry with me that was very carefree yet practical and all that. So I purchased this bag the day before the prices went up in Chanel, and the next day this bag jumped up $500 for the exact same product, and I will forever be proud that I was able to snatch this up before the price jump. Ever since I purchased this bag, I have been using it regularly on the weekends when I'm going out shopping, running errands, date night, whatever. I find myself reaching for this bag a lot, and it's very easy to dress with a lot of things. When I was looking at this bag, I was a little hesitant because the chain here is actually non-adjustable, but I've learned that there is a way to adjust it with like a loop link clasp thingy. I do have videos that show you how you can adjust the strap of your Chanel bags, so I will have that linked in the cards above, but that's basically how I adjust the strap of this bag to basically any length that I want. So this bag has proven to be very, very versatile, very functional, very carefree. I don't have to worry about this bag when it rains, when it snows, anything like that, just because it is caviar leather, and it's just such a great basic staple piece in my entire collection that I don't know how I went so long without having this bag in my collection, but I'm very glad that I have it now. So that is my most used handbag, I'd like to say, out of my entire collection right now. The next handbag that I think I use the most out of my entire collection would be this right here. This is the Louis Vuitton Palm Springs Mini, the infamous Palm Springs Mini that went viral for the longest time. This bag was a bag that I hunted near and far for. I saw it in store before, but I didn't bite the bullet at that moment, and so I lost my opportunity. I found this through a luxury consignment store called Luxe Du Jour. I've purchased a few pieces from them now, and I love this one. I got this one for basically retail price, but it was basically brand new as well, so I didn't find that there was any trade-off there, and I was just very happy to be able to get my hands on this one. This is also the newer updated version where the zipper is exposed, so there's no zipper issues and things like that. I would like to say that this is definitely one of my most used bags, just because it is made out of such a durable canvas material for the body of it, and then any of the leather trims that you see that are exposed, they are all treated leather. It's not vachetta leather, so it doesn't patina, it doesn't age or darken over time, it doesn't get water stains. And so all in all, this is literally a year-round friendly bag and so transitional, especially with the detachable straps and the adjustable straps that it comes with. You can use this and wear it in such a multitude of ways. It's so carefree and it carries so much, but it's so small and cute. I just can't say enough good things about it, and I used to think, oh, it's so overhyped, but I can totally see why everybody was loving this bag. But I can see now it's also starting to, the hype is starting to die down a little bit, which I'm totally okay with. I still love this bag and I still use it tons. Moving to the third bag that I would say I use the most is, I think it would be this one right here. This is my beloved Fendi Peekaboo, the iconic Fendi Peekaboo Mini in the beautiful, luscious lambskin leather. It's so supple and soft. This is in the color Dove Gray. It's still available actually on the Fendi website. I've looked myself. I was able to snag this up pre-loved as well from the consignment store that I mentioned earlier. I'll have it linked down in the description below. This bag, I was able to purchase this bag for basically half the price of the retail price. This bag is basically in really, really great new condition essentially. It does have silver hardware and it's got a thin adjustable and removable leather strap right here, which is absolutely perfect. And of course it's got that beautiful top handle, which I love to have on all of my bags, although not all of my bags have it. But yeah, this is just one of the most easy bags to use. I love that it is quite a small bag. Despite its size, it carries quite a lot. Not only that, but it's a very easy bag to use in the sense of getting things in and out. It's very easy. But if you wanted to secure things, it's also very simple just to close it up and turn. Let me just do this here. If you just were to press this in, turn the knob, and it literally, like, there's gonna be nothing that's gonna be able to fall out of that slot. If you can see that, it's great and functional. It's easy to use, easy to get in and out of, but also very simple if you want to make it a little bit more secure. It's just the perfect bag. Honestly, it's beautiful, and it just pairs so well with the creams and the neutral tones, and it's just beautiful. I love this bag so much, and I use it quite a lot. Now, the next few bags on my list are going to be the parts where it's kind of a real guesstimate of which ones I use. These bags, I would say they're kind of like the middle section of my bags that, like, I don't use a lot, but I don't use either. So they're kind of mixed in here, but I'm doing my best to kind of guess it out. The next bag that I want to mention is my beloved Chanel Mini Rectangle. This is in black lambskin leather, silver hardware, and the Chanel Mini Rectangle has always been a dream bag of mine from Chanel. If I were to pick any one bag from Chanel to keep and not own any others, it would be this bag, hands down. Even though this is my hands down favorite Chanel bag, obviously I don't use it as much as my Caviar, just because this is lambskin leather, it's more delicate, but it doesn't change the fact that it is still my favorite Chanel bag. I don't use it all the time because, again, it is more delicate, but I have to say, considering it is more considered a delicate bag, I still use it a decent amount. That's why it's coming in around number 4 out of my bag collection. It really is a very functional bag. I love that it has a decent amount of space inside. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a mini bag, but personally speaking, I don't carry a whole lot of things around with me on a day-to-day basis, so this serves the function perfectly. I also like to mention that this chain strap, some people have issues with it because sometimes it's too long, whatever. You have ways that you can adjust the straps. So if you're interested to see how you can adjust the straps of your Chanel bag, I might have mentioned this earlier, I'll just have that linked down in the description bar below. I have a video for that, but I love this bag. It goes really well because it is silver hardware. It goes really well with casual outfits. I find that with gold, it's just a little bit more dressier, but with this bag, it has a classic look. The thing with the classic Chanel flaps, especially like the medium large size, the ML size, or like the jumbo size, I find that they can have more of a mature look. This bag, however, has the same design, but because it's a mini bag, it just gives it a very youthful twist, and I just really appreciate that about it. And so I never feel like it makes me look old when I'm wearing it. This bag is, I just love it. It's my baby, definitely my baby. Now, this next bag that I'm going to show you guys is actually the newest addition to my handbag collection, and I will have an unboxing video posted for this bag either right after this video or right before this video. So either way, just look for it on my channel. But anyways, it is my first and only so far Burberry handbag. This is currently called the Burberry Penny Bag on their website. This also used to be known as the Hampshire bag, but because Burberry recently kind of updated a few of the bag's features, they changed the bag from Hampshire to now called the Penny Bag. So this is what the bag looks like. Like I said, I do have an unboxing video. I'm not sure whether this is going to be posted first or whether the unboxing is going to be posted first. If the unboxing is posted first, I'll have it linked in the description bar below. This bag is my only bag in my entire collection with this beautiful caramel tan leather. My Louis Vuittons have some browns in it, but they're a darker, deeper tone, like more of a dark chocolate look, whereas this is like a caramel color. And I just love this rich, delicious caramel color, and I don't have anything like it, so I definitely wanted to add this to my collection. Not to mention, I don't have any bags from Burberry. This bag here I've used, so I only got this a few days ago. So for me to say that is one of my most used bags or my least used bags is not fair, because it hasn't been given the time to prove its functionality and usability. but just based on having owned it for not even a week yet, I've already used it a few times, and I'm gonna tell you right now that it is definitely gonna be one of my most used handbags. It is so carefree. It has a very easy to open magnetic closure, easy to close. Like, I don't have to work at it to try to close it. It's got a removable and a highly adjustable leather strap. It's got compartments inside, so it's got a slide pocket here, slide pocket in the back, and then the interior is just like a space, just an empty hole, I guess. This bag is so carefree to use. I actually wore it today with this cream sweater that I have on, and it looks so cute. It's so carefree. It carries more than my Chanel wallet on chain for sure. It might carry a little bit more than my Chanel mini rectangle, which I just showed you guys now. And so this bag carries a decent amount. It's got smooth calfskin, but I don't find it to be very delicate at all. I love it. I just love it so much. Compared to the older version that was a pebbled leather, I loved that version before, but I love this one even more because it has a little bit more of a refined, delicate look, whereas the older version just had a little bit more of a rugged look with the pebbled leather. But yes, I think this is definitely going to be more like an everyday bag for me. That's exactly what I was looking for, a more casual everyday bag without carrying out a Chanel, but still very classy and beautiful and timeless. Because it's not fair for me to say it's one of my most used bags since I've owned it for like less than a week, but I have a very, very strong feeling I'm gonna be using it a lot, as I already have been. So this is going to land right in the middle of my little video here, and it's going to be one of my middle bags right now. Ask me 6 months from now, I'll probably tell you differently. It'll probably move up the ranks really quickly. The next one in my list that is most used, but is also in the middle section, would be my Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 in the Damier Ebene print. This bag was my first Louis Vuitton bag that I ever purchased. I fell in love with this Speedy bag when I tried it on. Before I ever tried it on, I never thought anything of it. I just thought it was a very basic bag, and quite frankly it is, but I really liked it when I tried it on, and realistically it's a very functional bag. I love that it has the top handles obviously, and then also a shoulder strap. My shoulder strap, I actually removed this middle section and then connected the two ends so that it's actually turned into a short shoulder strap. I recently did this, but I really like how comfortable it is to carry. Also on my own bag here, I added a luggage tag with my initial here, I for Irene, just because I thought that it looked a little plain without anything on there. So I really like the look of having that additional luggage tag right here. But this bag has been obviously wonderful. It's been around for decades. It's an iconic Louis Vuitton piece, and for good reason. It's very lightweight. It carries a ton. I don't carry very many things, but on the days when I know I want to carry a lot of things with me, maybe to keep myself entertained while I'm waiting for some appointment or something, I will reach for this bag because it carries a full-size water bottle, it carries my iPad mini, it carries a book, it carries my agenda, my planners, anything. It carries everything in here. And because the bag is originally so lightweight to begin with this canvas, it's just, when you add all those things in there, it doesn't make it unbearably heavy. Not to mention, because this is the Damier Ebene print, the leathers is already been treated, so you don't have to worry about any patinaing of the leather or any water stains or damage to the leather. It's just a very convenient and carefree to use, and I absolutely love having this here. It's great to have as an option for days when I want to carry a ton of things. After my Speedy 25, I think the next most used bag in my collection would be, let me see, this guy. This would be the Givenchy Mini Antigona. This bag I purchased last year from Essence. It was on sale at the time. This bag has been a bag that I've loved for years, even before I started purchasing luxury handbags. But when I was looking, this bag was very in at the time. I don't even remember what year this was around, but you guys all know there was a time when the mini, or not the mini Antigona, but the regular Antigona was all the rage. I don't like super large handbags, and so I went for the mini size in this beautiful black box shiny leather. Actually very durable. I was scared that this leather would scratch easily. It has no scratches on it, no scuffs on it, and I don't have to be very careful when I'm using this bag. But this bag I don't use as much because it is big. It's a relatively large bag, and if you're like going to compare it to the Speedy 25, they're not hugely different. I actually have a video comparing those two bags specifically, so I'll leave it up in the cards above and in the description bars below as well. But comparatively speaking, this bag and the LV, the Louis Vuitton Speedy B25 is very comparable in sizing and dimensions. But the problem is this Givenchy Mini Antigona, the opening is, it's a stiff bag. First off, it's heavier, and this opening is very stiff and it doesn't allow for a lot of large items to be put in very easily. Like, you have to kind of maneuver it in, or some things just don't even fit in here that would fit in the Speedy B25. And so because of that, this bag doesn't get as much wear. I do love that it is all black, so shiny. I love pairing these with like leggings, white sneakers, a leather jacket, or like a hoodie with leggings. It works really well. It's very understated, but yet it still looks very classy. So I do love this bag, but I just don't use it as much because it's a little bit boxier and heavier, and it doesn't carry as many things as easily as some of my other bags that I have. The next three bags I'm going to mention are obviously going to be the least used bags in my collection, but the next one I'm going to talk about is going to be the Celine micro belt bag. This was my first ever luxury handbag purchase, so it does have some sentimental value to me. It is a beautiful bag. It's just quite large, and with the opening and how you open and close this bag, it's not always the most convenient to get in and out of. It's very secure, but it's also secure from you yourself as well. And so if you want to get your wallet out to pay for something, it is a little bit of a hassle to get in and out. Not to mention, it is just a bigger bag, and I really don't carry many things with me. I do use it from time to time, and the thing I love about this bag is that it's, again, not very loud. This bag, it really relies on its very signature belt bag design to basically speak for itself. It doesn't rely on loud monograms, you know, things like that. That's very obnoxious sometimes. So the thing about this bag is that it's just very understated, quiet. But if you know this bag, you know what it is, and I just love this bag so much. It's very functional. It's held up really well over the years. Like I said, this is my first handbag I ever purchased that's luxury. It's just been really great. But because I have a lot of newer additions into my collection, as you guys have seen, I just don't reach for it as much, especially because it's quite big, and it does have some weight to it because it is all leather. So it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The next bag that I have in my collection, which is definitely one of my least used bags, would be this bag right here. This is my Montessori BB that I purchased for myself as an early birthday present this past year in 2021. I fell in love with this bucket style backpack that does come with two adjustable and detachable straps that I have just tucked inside. This bag is going to be one of the bags that I don't use as much. Reason being is because to me, this is a very seasonal bag. This bag has, I mean, a decent amount of vachetta leather on it. For those of you that have seen some of my other videos before and have visited my channel before, maybe you know this, but I am not a huge fan of vachetta leather. It scares me when it patinas. I don't like the look of patinaing leather, although I know it's inevitable. It will happen with use and with just exposure to sunlight and things like that. But because this bag has a decent amount of vachetta leather on it, I will only use this bag in the spring and summer and only when it's not raining. So that really limits my days in which I can carry this bag. Because of that, it is one of my least used bags because it's not a year-round friendly bag. We have made it to the final bag. The last bag on my list, my least used bag, would be this YSL Sac Du Jour in the baby size. This bag was my dream bag for the longest time. Again, it was a bag that I had loved before I ever started purchasing luxury handbags. I've loved the accordion design on the sides here. I love how simplistic it is, very similar to my Celine micro belt bag. It's an understated luxury. It doesn't scream, it's not obnoxious. If you don't know what this bag is, it's not going to be screaming at your face to be like, look at me, look at me. At the same time, if you know what it is, you know what it is, and it's beautiful. I love that this bag is quite work friendly, but I don't take these luxury handbags to work. So to me, I don't use this bag as much anymore. I used to use this a lot when I first got it. It is a very functional bag. I mean, it's got an adjustable and removable shoulder strap. It's got the top handle. It fits a very good amount inside. On the interior, it's got this middle compartment right here, which is actually removable. So if I remove it for you right now, you'll see that it is removable, and then you can actually use this middle compartment on its own as a clutch. So right here, it even says Saint Laurent on it. And then it's got a pocket here that you can just put your ID and some cash, whatever, in there and use it as like a kind of clutch, I guess. And then when you do that, it also opens up the interior of this bag, so it's just one huge opening and you can fit tons in there. I love that my iPad mini fits really comfortably in here, and I can take it with me. I can put in a planner if I want. So this bag is really good for that. But like I said, I don't bring these bags to work with me, and so with it being such a bigger bag, I don't use it as much because it also is like a little bit more of a formal, proper looking bag with more structure. And right now I tend to be more casual, especially with the pandemic. Everything's been more casual lately, so this bag has just kind of been sitting there more, but I do use it from time to time, just not as much as all the other bags. So that was my entire luxury handbag collection, ranked from most to least used handbags this past year. Let me know down in the comment section down below, what are your most used handbags and least used handbags? I'd be very curious to compare what your preferences are versus mine. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful, or at the very least entertaining. If you did, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe down below. I'd love to have you join our little community here. And as always, thank you guys so much for spending your time here with me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!